Close your eyes for a moment and imagine a tiny pine cone-shaped gland tucked deep inside the center of your brain. This small, unassuming gland, about the size of a grain of rice, holds the key to unlocking some of the deepest mysteries of human consciousness. For centuries, mystics, sages, and spiritual seekers have held the pineal gland in high regard, referring to it as the third eye, the gateway to higher realms of perception and spiritual awakening. But for most of modern history, science has dismissed the pineal gland as nothing more than a vestige of our evolutionary past, a leftover organ with no significant purpose other than to regulate our sleep-wake cycles. It's often thought of as just another part of the brain that controls your body's internal clock. But what if I told you that the truth about the pineal gland is far more profound than we've been led to believe? What if activating this small gland could open up new, extraordinary states of consciousness and unlock untapped human potential? I'm going to share with you some fascinating research and ancient wisdom that suggests the pineal gland may actually be a misunderstood key to achieving higher consciousness. The pineal gland has been a subject of intrigue and reverence across various spiritual traditions around the world for thousands of years. In ancient Egypt, the pineal was associated with the eye of Horus, a symbol of protection, power, and good health. The ancient Greeks believed the pineal gland was the connection between the body and the realm of thought. And in Hinduism, it's known as the Ajna chakra, the seat of intuition and inner wisdom. One of the most interesting ideas comes from the French philosopher René Descartes, who is often called the father of modern philosophy. Descartes believed that the pineal gland was the seat of the soul, the point of connection between our physical body and our non-physical mind. This idea was groundbreaking at the time, suggesting that the pineal could be the place where our consciousness and our body meet. But perhaps the most intriguing insight about the pineal comes from the Tibetan Buddhist tradition. In Tibetan Buddhism, the pineal is linked to the white drop, a subtle energy center said to be the source of our spiritual essence. Tibetan Buddhist teachings hold that through specific meditation practices, ones that involve visualizing a bright, luminous sphere of light in the center of the brain, the white drop is activated. Once activated, the white drop releases a sacred nectar called amrita, which floods the body with blissful energy. This energy is believed to open up pathways to profound spiritual insights and mystical experiences. According to these teachings, the pineal gland is much more than just a physical organ. It's a vital link between the physical and spiritual realms, a gateway to higher states of consciousness and inner awakening. For centuries, Western science dismissed these teachings as superstition and fantasy. But over time, things have started to change. It wasn't until the mid-20th century that modern science began to take a closer look at the pineal gland. Initially, scientists thought its role was simple. They discovered that the pineal gland produces melatonin, a hormone responsible for regulating our sleep-wake cycles. This seemed to fit with the idea that the pineal was just a leftover organ with a limited purpose. But as research into the pineal continued, a far more complex and fascinating picture began to emerge. In the 1990s, Dr. Rick Strassman, a pioneering researcher in psychedelic medicine, conducted groundbreaking studies on a powerful psychedelic compound called DMT, dimethyltryptamine, which naturally occurs in the human body. Dr. Strassman's research, published in his book DMT, The Spirit Molecule, suggested something revolutionary, that the pineal gland could be the primary source of endogenous DMT production in the brain. DMT is known for inducing profound mystical experiences, intense visions, and even near-death experiences when taken in high doses. The idea that the pineal could be producing DMT naturally was groundbreaking. It challenged our conventional understanding of consciousness and the nature of reality itself. Could this tiny gland really be the source of such powerful experiences? Could it be the gateway to higher states of awareness and consciousness? But the pineal's role doesn't stop with DMT. More recent research has revealed that the pineal gland may have even more surprises in store. For example, studies by Dr. Srikantham and his colleagues at the University of Malaya have shown that the pineal contains high levels of piezoelectric calcite crystals. These crystals have unique electromagnetic properties, meaning they may be capable of transmitting and receiving information through resonance with the Earth's geomagnetic field. This could explain the pineal's alleged connection to psychic phenomena and intuitive perception. In addition to this, research by Dr. Joanna Kowalska-Czaplinska and her team at the Medical University of Lodz has found that the pineal gland is rich in serotonin. a neurotransmitter that plays a key role in regulating mood, cognition, and perception. What's even more interesting is that serotonin is also the precursor to melatonin and DMT. This suggests that the pineal may act as a master regulator of consciousness itself, helping to modulate the levels of serotonin, melatonin, and DMT in the brain. If that's true, it could mean that the pineal gland is directly influencing our thoughts, emotions, and overall state of being. All of this new research points to something we've only just begun to understand. The pineal gland is not just a simple organ regulating sleep. It may actually play a much deeper and more profound role in our consciousness and spiritual awakening. So what does this mean for us? If activating the pineal gland can truly open up higher levels of consciousness, then how can we go about activating it? There are several methods and techniques, some ancient and some modern, that may help in this process. One common method is through meditation. Specifically, certain meditation practices that focus on visualizing light or energy in the area of the third eye, where the pineal gland is located, can help stimulate it. Some people use chanting or specific breathing exercises to help activate the pineal as well. In addition to meditation, there are also herbs and natural substances that have been said to support pineal gland activation. One of the most well-known is ayahuasca, a plant-based brew used in shamanic traditions in South America. Ayahuasca contains DMT, the very substance that's believed to be produced naturally by the pineal. While ayahuasca is not for everyone and should be approached with caution, it's one example of how certain plants can stimulate the pineal and lead to profound spiritual experiences. There are also simpler, more accessible herbs like gotu kola and mucuna pruriens, which have been said to support the pineal gland's function and help open up higher states of consciousness. These herbs can be taken in various forms, such as teas or capsules, and are sometimes used in conjunction with meditation to deepen the experience. But perhaps the most important thing to remember is that activating the pineal gland isn't a quick fix. It's a process that requires patience, intention, and consistency. It's about creating a lifestyle that supports the awakening of the third eye. This includes maintaining a healthy diet, reducing toxins in the body, staying grounded in your spiritual practice, and making sure you're in a mental and emotional state that's conducive to spiritual growth. If you're ready to explore these techniques and learn how to activate your pineal gland, then stay tuned. In future videos, we'll dive deeper into specific practices and rituals, as well as how to create a routine that supports the awakening of your third eye. But for now, it's important to understand that the pineal gland is much more than just a gland that regulates sleep. It's the gateway to higher consciousness, the seat of intuition, and the link between our physical bodies and the vast, mysterious realms of the mind and spirit. The pineal gland has been revered throughout history, and now modern science is finally catching up to the ancient wisdom. It may just be the key to unlocking untapped potential within all of us. Are you ready to begin your journey toward activating your pineal gland and discovering the full extent of your consciousness? The path to awakening is waiting for you, and the first step starts with understanding and nurturing this incredible tiny gland hidden in your brain. The pineal gland is often called the third eye, and for good reason. This tiny pea-sized gland in the center of our brain is said to have the ability to create profound shifts in our awareness. Whether you're deep in meditation, experiencing moments of clarity, or even exploring the mystical realms during a shamanic journey, the pineal gland plays a central role in these altered states of consciousness. Modern science is just beginning to uncover the true power of this gland, and what's becoming increasingly clear is that it's far more than just a simple part of the brain that helps regulate our sleep. For years, the pineal gland has been mostly dismissed by mainstream science as an outdated organ with no real purpose. It was thought to only regulate our sleep-wake cycle through the production of melatonin. But what if there's so much more to this tiny gland than we've been taught? What if activating the pineal gland could open up a whole new level of human potential and awareness? Today, I'm going to take you on a journey through the latest scientific findings and ancient wisdom that suggests the pineal gland could be the key to unlocking your deepest levels of consciousness. Ancient wisdom and the pineal gland. Throughout history, different cultures have seen the pineal gland as a link between the physical and spiritual worlds. In ancient Egypt, the pineal was linked with the eye of Horus, a symbol of protection, power, and healing. The ancient Greeks also believed that the pineal gland was crucial to our connection with the realms of thought and higher consciousness. In Hindu tradition, the pineal is known as the Ajna chakra, or the third eye, the center of intuition and spiritual awareness. Perhaps the most striking perspective comes from the famous philosopher René Descartes. Descartes, often known as the father of modern philosophy, believed the pineal gland to be the seat of the soul, the point where the physical and non-physical realms connect. This idea suggested that the pineal gland is not just a physical organ, but something that may hold the key to spiritual insight. The Tibetan Buddhist tradition also has a fascinating perspective on the pineal. They associate it with something called the white drop, a subtle energy center that is believed to be the source of our spiritual essence. Through specific meditation techniques, Tibetan Buddhists believe that the activation of the white drop releases a sacred nectar or amrita, which fills the body with blissful, healing energy and opens the door to profound spiritual experiences. These ancient traditions are all pointing to one thing: the pineal gland plays a key role in our connection to higher realms of consciousness and spiritual awakening. How to activate the pineal gland? So now that we know the pineal gland plays such an important role in our consciousness, how can we tap into its full potential? While scientists are still studying the exact mechanisms, many ancient practices and modern techniques can help activate the pineal and unlock its power. Here are some of the most well-known methods. 1. Meditation. Meditation is one of the most effective ways to stimulate the pineal gland. Studies have shown that regular meditation can increase melatonin production, reduce stress, and help to activate the pineal. In fact, one study published in the Journal of Alternative and Complementary Medicine found that long-term meditators had significantly higher levels of melatonin than non-meditators. One meditation practice that's particularly helpful for activating the pineal is the Tibetan Buddhist technique of visualizing a bright, luminous sphere of light in the center of your brain, where the pineal is located. To try this yourself, find a quiet space, sit comfortably with a straight spine, and close your eyes. Take a few deep breaths to relax your body and mind. Then imagine a small, glowing ball of white light in the middle of your head. See this ball grow brighter with each breath, expanding until it fills your entire brain and body with its radiant energy. Stay in this visualization for at least 10 to 15 minutes, or for as long as it feels right. Allow the light to heal and rejuvenate you as it activates your pineal gland. 2. Sound and vibration. The pineal gland is particularly sensitive to certain frequencies of sound, especially those in the gamma brainwave range, around 40 Hz. Listening to sounds at this frequency, through methods like binaural beats or tuning forks, can stimulate the pineal gland and increase your awareness. To experience this, you can try listening to binaural beats in the gamma range while meditating or practicing yoga. There are plenty of free binaural beat tracks available online, or you could use a specialized brainwave entrainment device for a more immersive experience. 3. Diet and nutrition. Diet plays a crucial role in supporting pineal gland health. One of the biggest threats to the pineal is calcification, a process where calcium deposits build up and impair its function. Calcification can be caused by factors like exposure to fluoride, a diet high in processed foods and sugar, and a lack of certain nutrients like magnesium, boron, and iodine. To help keep your pineal gland healthy, try to reduce your exposure to fluoride by drinking non-fluoridated water and using fluoride-free dental products. Limit your intake of processed foods, sugary drinks, and instead focus on eating a nutrient-dense diet. Include plenty of fresh fruits, vegetables, healthy fats, and high-quality proteins. Supplements can also help support pineal health. Magnesium, 400 to 800 mg per day, iodine, 150 to 300 mg per day, and boron, 3 to 6 mg per day, are all nutrients that support the pineal. However, always consult with a healthcare professional before starting any new supplements. 4. Herbs and supplements. Certain herbs have been known to help activate and support the pineal gland. Herbs like skullcap, passionflower, and valerian root promote relaxation and improve sleep quality, which in turn helps to activate the pineal. In addition, supplements like melatonin, 0.5 to 5 milligrams per day, and 5-HTP, 50 to 100 milligrams per day, can help boost serotonin and melatonin levels, further supporting the pineal's function. The Ayurvedic herb Shank Pushpi, also known as the herb of enlightenment, has been used for centuries to enhance memory, concentration, and spiritual awareness. It is believed to directly stimulate the pineal gland. To incorporate these herbs and supplements, try sipping a calming herbal tea before bed or taking a melatonin supplement 30 to 60 minutes before sleep. Always consult with a healthcare provider to ensure you're taking the right dosage for your needs. By incorporating these practices into our daily lives, we can begin to activate the pineal gland and unlock the vast potential it holds for higher states of consciousness. Whether through meditation, sound therapy, nutrition, or the use of certain herbs and supplements, there are many ways to tap into the power of the pineal. As research continues to unfold, we're only scratching the surface of what this tiny gland can do for us. The pineal gland isn't just an organ. It's a gateway to higher awareness, deeper insights, and greater spiritual potential. By taking care of it and learning how to activate it, we can begin to tap into abilities and states of consciousness that many of us have only dreamed of. Have you ever felt like you've experienced heightened levels of awareness, or even seen visions that felt like they came from another realm? It could be your pineal gland playing a key role in that experience. Share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below, and let's keep exploring the incredible potential of this mysterious little gland together. Activating the pineal gland is not always an easy process. It requires real commitment, self-discipline, and the willingness to face the limitations of our own minds. While the benefits of activating the pineal are vast and profound, it's important to approach this journey with care and awareness. The process can sometimes be overwhelming, especially for those who are not prepared for the intense flow of spiritual energy and insights that might arise. One of the most common challenges that people face during pineal gland activation is something called a spiritual emergency. This term was coined by psychologists Stanislav and Christina Grof, who studied spiritual awakenings. A spiritual emergency occurs when a person's spiritual growth moves faster than their emotional or psychological ability to handle it. In other words, it's like your mind and spirit are ahead of your ability to keep up, and this can lead to some intense experiences. For some, these experiences might include extreme mood swings, altered states of consciousness, and even what could seem like psychotic episodes. According to research published in the Journal of Transpersonal Psychology, up to 15% of people going through a spiritual awakening may face some form of spiritual emergency. This highlights just how important it is to be prepared and supported when activating the pineal gland. As we explore the process of awakening the pineal, it's vital to approach it with grounding, self-care, and the guidance of experienced mentors. The practices that help ground us during this time include earthing, which is connecting with the Earth's electromagnetic field by spending time outside, walking barefoot on grass or sand, or simply sitting and breathing deeply in nature. Grounding can help you stay stable and centered, even as you experience the highs and lows that come with spiritual growth. Try spending at least 15 to 30 minutes each day outdoors, taking in the natural world and feeling the earth beneath your feet. In addition, yoga poses that help you feel more rooted, like mountain pose, warrior pose, and tree pose, can be particularly helpful. These poses can encourage stability and a sense of being grounded, which is crucial when navigating the sometimes turbulent waters of spiritual awakening. But it's not just about grounding practices. It's important to be cautious and discerning about the spiritual teachers and information we expose ourselves to. The path to pineal gland activation is full of different practices, but not all of them are helpful or even safe. Some teachings and techniques could lead us in the wrong direction, especially if they promise quick fixes or instant enlightenment. Always be wary of anything that seems too easy or that promises miraculous results without effort. To protect yourself from false or harmful information, it's important to seek out reputable sources and experienced teachers. Look for those who emphasize grounding, self-care, and the importance of psychological integration as part of spiritual practice. Teachers who focus on these elements understand that spiritual growth isn't just about reaching higher states of consciousness, but also about maintaining emotional balance and well-being throughout the process. If a teacher or practice doesn't resonate with you, or if it feels wrong or ungrounded, trust your instincts and look for a path that feels more aligned with your truth. Ultimately, activating the pineal gland is a deeply personal journey. It's about shedding limiting beliefs, confronting the shadows of our subconscious, and opening ourselves to the mysteries of consciousness. It's not just about experiencing higher states of awareness, but about transforming who we are at a core level. But for those who feel called to walk this path, the rewards are immeasurable. A deeper connection to our true selves, a stronger sense of purpose, and a profound experience of oneness with everything around us. These are just a few of the gifts that come with activating the pineal gland. When we start to experience the world through the lens of this expanded awareness, we begin to understand that we are all connected and that each of us has an important role to play in the grand scheme of life. However, it's important to note that the activation of the pineal gland is not a magic fix for spiritual enlightenment. It's a lifelong journey, one that requires patience, dedication, and the willingness to face the unknown. There is no shortcut to self-discovery, healing, and transformation. Instead, it's a process that unfolds over time as we let go of old patterns and beliefs and begin to embrace new ways of being. For those who are committed to this journey, the process of pineal gland activation can be truly revolutionary. By tapping into the potential of this tiny, mysterious gland, we may be able to access spiritual states and insights that have been the domain of mystics, sages, and spiritual seekers for centuries. It's a doorway to new levels of consciousness that many of us have yet to fully understand. Through this process, we may find the power to heal ourselves and others in ways that traditional medicine has not yet fully grasped. The pineal gland might hold the key to unlocking healing abilities, intuition, and spiritual insights that can transform not just our own lives but the lives of those around us. On a larger scale, the activation of the pineal gland may also contribute to a collective shift in consciousness. As more and more people awaken to the power of their pineal glands, we may begin to witness a global transformation, a shift in how we view ourselves, each other, and the world around us. The potential for positive change is limitless when we tap into the power of this small but incredibly significant part of our brain. In recent years, research into the pineal gland has opened up new possibilities for understanding human consciousness. We are at the cusp of a new era in human evolution, one where the boundaries between science and spirituality, mind and body, self and universe are beginning to blur. The pineal gland is at the heart of this transformation, and as we continue to explore its potential, we are uncovering the true nature of consciousness itself in all its multifaceted glory. So how can we approach this journey of pineal gland activation? With curiosity, humility, and an open heart. The key is to remain open to new experiences and ideas, but also to be grounded and discerning in how we approach the process. Question your assumptions, let go of old limitations, and be willing to embrace the vast mystery of your own being. And remember, the journey isn't just a personal one, it's a collective one. As we unlock the power of our pineal glands, we help to awaken a greater understanding of reality itself. It's a journey that can bring us closer to understanding the infinite potential of the human spirit. In the words of the great spiritual teacher Meher Baba, the pineal gland is the seat of intuition, inspiration, and spiritual vision. It is the gateway to the inner worlds, the link between the physical and the spiritual. To open the pineal gland is to open the eye of the soul to see beyond the veil of illusion and know the truth of our own divine nature. As we move forward on this path of self-discovery and spiritual awakening, let's approach it with patience, respect, and trust in the process. The pineal gland holds the key to so much of our potential, and by activating it, we open ourselves up to the vast mysteries of consciousness. So take the first step and allow yourself to dive deeper into the power of this incredible tiny gland. The journey is waiting for you.